Hi guys, welcome to another beautiful episode of Is It Scripted?
Are you introducing me beautiful because you think you're beautiful? Like, can I say
Thank you.
I said think, I'm not.
I am, thank you. But yeah, episode 1 was a banger. It was great. Thank you so much guys for the love, for downloading, for listening, for going all out. And then to all of you that had to go and watch $1 Million Secret just because we reviewed it in a beautiful way. We love you. Mwah.
You guys, I'm not all about that. I'm all about that, obviously, so I'm sitting in this chair. But if you can hear a sound that, gives off like helicopter vibe, like as though we're flying, it's a fan. Our aircon has refused to work, and the work has got to go on regardless. Village people, y'all ain't got us today. What's
Not
up?
today.
We've got a beautiful guest with us today.
Yes.
She cute, she alright. What's up? What's that? I take it back. She ain't cute. What's up? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
We're okay, we're alright. We're pushing. Your name is what? Amami. I'm going to introduce yourself for yourself since you don't want to do that for yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Omawami.
It's
nice to have you.
Obviously, like, you see $1 Million Secret.
Yeah, I have.
What's your take on, of course, the end? But let's not talk about the end first. Obviously, that's why we're here. We should wrap up the last 2 episodes of $1 Million Secret. But let's talk about how, the trajectory of the show in general. Like, how did it go, and what's your take on it?
From the beginning of the show, I liked how the show went. But then the last episode, the way they framed how to pick the millionaire. It didn't sit well with me because these people, they've gone through a lot to get to where they were the last final place.
Yeah.
And then the way they said, oh, how would I pick the millionaire?
So do you think it was scripted?
I think so. The last part.
The last
That last part was just somehow to me.
Okay, how about you? Fine.
First off, if you are just listening to this episode,
You have to go and listen to episode 1.
Scripted for the
Just
first
so
time,
we are clear.
and you don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about a reality show called $1 Million Secret, right? And it's all about having people in the house, and they have to win $1 million by doing a lot of tasks, and then they move the money around in your room, blah, blah, blah. If the money is found with you, you have to make sure that you keep the money so that they don't discover that it's you. It's a lot of things. But yes, we reviewed episode 1 to 6, right? And then
7 and 8.
7. No, the first one was episode 1 to 6 that we actually reviewed for the first episode. And now we're talking about 7 and 8, which is the finale, episode 8 so today. And she has to say a lot of things about it. But for me, I do not like how they ended it. It's how we are all hyped up on the beginning, and then the end. After I don't sweat so far, you won't come move the money, go another person place.
It genuinely felt like the production team ran out of ideas, and with the way that honestly, like in the 7th episode, the clue that was given to Sam that the millionaire had 2 sisters. I'm like, that's almost very direct. Like, why make me millionaire if you're still going to tell the rest of the house almost directly that I am the millionaire?
But they didn't find out.
Obviously they didn't find out because Sam was very stupid and trusted the wrong person,
No, I don't think that's how it went.
Well, that's how I thought it went, because the detective that Sam portrayed herself to be was a very smart one that I thought would have figured it out very, very soon. Mm-hmm. Of course, she was the smartest millionaire throughout the show. In my own opinion.
Your own opinion.
My own
My
opinion.
is
Smart. I'm not saying the person who played the role the best.
Okay.
Like, in terms of who has figured me out, who figured my agenda immediately I played it, is what I'm saying. Lauren was, generally, I feel like Lauren was the best millionaire because they didn't figure shit out about her till she came out and said,
Sam figured it out.
Sam, and the rest of the guys never believed that it was going to be the mother of 3. You get what I'm saying? But generally, how the show ended, I'm like, it didn't give, no.
I didn't like the ending too. I didn't like that final agenda that they gave them to swap the boxes. That was just too easy. Also, I don't know.
It's because it's just like you're reaping where you did not sow.
Do you get?
Do you mind?
If Kara had not won that show,
it would have been a very serious problem because she was a millionaire living for that.
What if they didn't show us the part where they actually swapped the boxes? What if they didn't even swap the box?
They just
and we don't
that.
know, and you just said it to us. Or they actually did swap the box and it went to Sam and then they just had to change it. How will you know?
I actually don't care. I would have been pissed if Cara did not win.
Same.
I would have been pissed.
Straight up. But I understand, just like Big Brother, you know, all the shows are structured so that the one person wins and takes it all, takes all the money, $1 million for the record.
Wow.
But I think that for shows like this, where you actively compete for the actual moolah, you know, in comparison to Big Brother, where you're not directly competing for the money, you just have to be a good enough housemate to play the game of surviving and tolerating your co-housemates and just living together, and then hopefully you're a fan favorite, and then you're voted to stay in the house till you win. But for a show like this, $1 Million Secret, where you actively have to fight, you know, with the money itself, I felt like there should have been some form of compensation to some other housemates who were good millionaires.
Even compensation, like
behind the scenes.
Definitely,
right?
I'll just come and spend. I'll waste my time.
Wait, that's not wasting your time. You're in a mansion.
Bro,
for God's sake,
and you're on Netflix, so and when you look up the show on IMDb, you see casts. It means that to even get on the show, of course, there's pay for that.
All right, so you think that Lauren actually was, you know, will I say the best millionaire so far?
Yeah.
Because you said Sam was the smartest.
Not really so far.
Is that what
like,
you think?
No, not really.
Who do you think was?
Do you have any beef with Lauren? I feel like you do.
I do have beef with Lauren.
Girl,
because
why?
Let's hear it.
I supported her from the start of the show, but then, girl, why do you have to be so emotional and say, "Oh, I can't lie. When I lie, it makes me feel." You're competing for $1 million, please.
I think let me come in here, and it's going to be whether it's a guy that's going to even bring on this gist and not the girls. But here's the thing: I would not obviously say experience, but from learning and, you know, research, women who have given birth tend to be more emotional about stuff.
$1 million
I get that $1 million is supposed to be the breaking point, or like the point where you go, okay, this is a lot of money, and my kids are obviously like enjoy this influx of money into the family. But hormones are hormones. You don't. No. It's easy to say. I beg.
I think it's because she's not a Nigerian.
Yes,
a Nigerian
emotions.
Our upbringing is wired to make us tough. You obviously would not have a Nigerian
to
on such
hustle.
show. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? So she's white plus. Like, she's not even, like, if she was like a black American or whatnot, you know, there's a hustling spirit with blacks, but not with white. Well, I'm not saying the whites don't hustle, but you get what I'm saying, it's not in the gene and stuff.
So you think she did not, she not do well at all?
She could have gotten to the final stage because nobody would suspect Lauren. But she just had to open her big mouth and say that, oh, yeah, I was the millionaire. What did you expect the people to do? They would obviously take you out.
What if it was scripted? Like, what if she had to? Because it felt like she had to. I understand that, you know, Peter did not ask her to mention that she was, but, you know, the money leaving her bosom at that moment felt like some form of relief for her, you know. Okay, I can breathe properly. And I just feel like many stuff on that show, beyond what we can see or even like...
It's scripted.
Is scripted. Like, I don't believe that. First of all, that's a very huge mansion. I don't believe that a couple of persons who put their money together and, you know, they're able to secure the use of such a location for a shoot and not heavily also script the show, you know, I'll tailor it to the way that they would want it to turn out. Do you understand? So that's something. And obviously, like, it's on Netflix. And from... you know, you would be able to tell from a couple of shows that have been cancelled, shows that have been renewed on Netflix, to know how heavy Netflix is on scrutinizing a show and ensuring that it meets their taste and not just the taste of of the public. So you might just realize that they filmed some episodes and they had to probably go back and refilm. I've heard of that from series where they filmed the actual thing that they had in the script, sent it to producers, and this doesn't work. Go back on set and record it, and you would not know. So that's
we can't
really
actually like review the show like that. I mean, we are reviewing based on what we've
We
seen.
saw
So
what we've
it's
seen,
like,
rather.
we don't have to.
So I want to
look
ask
at
now,
the
what would
behind
you do in $1 million realistically?
Let's convert that first. Please convert it on like when
It's not
you
like
convert
1.6 billion or something. It's 1.6 billion.
Take me to the place where I wanna be.
It's like 1.6 billion. Hopefully, my mathematics is right.
Billions.
So
What am I going to do? I'm gonna first.
$1 is like 1.5 now.
It's 1.6.
1.6. Okay.
Please,
I'm in the country.
Vacation.
Santorini.
I'll
I'll go to Paris. Go to Santorini first. Then go to Paris. Then go to
going
Birmingham.
Too far.
Go to South
I think I'll
Africa.
first go and eat.
See, I'm sorry, but it's 1 billion. See, you know,
Just go and eat. And know that
see,
I have
listen, yeah. I feel like there's an amount of money that will land your account, yeah. Hunger is not the first thing that'll come to mind.
Hunger is always
you would
the
have
first
to
thing
no
that'll
chill.
come.
See, I'm saying, well, I don't want to say from experience now. Before some comments start saying some stuff, but girl, there's some amount that will land your account and you start processing like, how's this gonna come, man? What am I buying? And food is just you then realize.
I will not support that one first because see the days when I don't have money, I don't even think of eating good food, and then boom, one big money comes into my account.
That's the opposite.
Hey,
like when money actually then comes.
What am I going to buy? How many turkey, please? How many?
See, for somebody
you guys, look at me. If you know what I'm talking about, please drop in the comment. For those of you that know that when playing when you knock your account, food is the last thing that comes to mind.
Food is the first thing.
Food
has to be the first thing.
What are the things?
How would you even have the strength and the brain to think of other things if you've not eaten?
Your account
good
balance
food
will be your strength.
Oh no, please. You have to eat good food. And I don't mean from Musa. It's good food. Good food, please.
I'm not on this stuff. Can somebody give me an invisibility cloak or something so I just hide it? So dialing back to the show, right? Some of the clues that Peter gave some of the housemates in the trophy room felt very straightforward. Like,
very direct.
Like, it felt like Peter was saying, oh, that person is the millionaire and the other person is the millionaire. What do you think? Like, how direct do you think these clues were and how indirect do you think they were?
I think they were pretty direct, but because they did not know about each other, the contestants, they didn't know about each other. They all lied. Well, most of them lied. So because they did not know that, it was not easy for them to figure it out. But it was pretty direct. To us that were watching it, it was pretty direct, yeah.
Well. I like the first arc you said. They pretty much did not know each other and they lied. So I remember when the agenda of, I think the clue rather was the person is lying about their profession. That one particularly took them off. I know that, what's the black?
Chris. The
black lady
Jamie.
Jamie. I don't forget. Jamie had to come out of the trophy room and ask them their what they did around the table first, and that was that's one very smart housemaid, but I don't know why she didn't shine.
She didn't shine because she has this thing with Sydney where she's like, I don't know if she felt inferior to Sydney, or she just see, I don't know why you would go into a house and start trusting people. You are competing. Nobody's your friend. I feel like that's what all of them did not understand. Nobody's your friend.
Now, let me bust your bubbles. Now, shows like this, it's very easy to think that as soon as they walk into the doors, it's when they know themselves. There's usually casting process. Most of these guys must have done weeks in hotels.
Yeah, I do understand. I understand.
So when they come on the show, they come to fake, oh my God, hi, my name is Jonathan, your mommy. Meanwhile, we don't be G's for like the past 2 months. We wait for show to start filming.
It still does not matter because I
cannot trust you.
It still does not matter.
I understand the cannot trust you, but I think it's on the premise that you think they are just meeting themselves.
See, it was even pretty much obvious in that scene where Jamie and Sydney went into the trophy room. And Sydney was saying behind her back that she would never let Jamie hear the clue, that she has to be the one. She doesn't trust anybody. That just says that Sydney is very smart. She's too smart, and Jamie is just gullible. To me,
I expected that Sydney, if it was for just being smart and playing the game the best, obviously Sydney probably would have won.
She would have
won. But
she was good.
The game is the game.
It is a game. So one thing, you talking about how not to trust other people. That's the truth. I'm here for something, and it's $1 million. It's not 1 million naira. It's not $100,000. It's not 100 grand or 200. It is $1 million. So that's a lot of money. So how would you think that the next person
would not want to sabotage you for the same
and that's
cause?
pretty
You don't
much
trust
how
anybody.
Kara won. That's how she won.
When talking about the last episode, I said something that we've not noticed Kara at all. We've not noticed her do anything. She's not been in people's faces. She doesn't talk too much. She has not released any kind of information that would, warrant them to. I'm gonna put my eye on her. If you see every other person saying, "No, Kara, it cannot be Kara. It cannot be Kara. It cannot be Kara," just because they've not said anything about Kara. But now she's now using that to advantage because she has been playing the game from the onset. Nobody knows anything. That's why Sam will come and release the information to the millionaire and come and tell her the queue.
I think she was even very smart in that scene where she said, "I have one sister."
You're going to tell me
she has been playing the game. Oh my God.
Jamie, while they were doing yoga one time, Jamie already told Sam that Jamie had two sisters. So Sam went on to Kara to tell Kara that she's sure that Jamie has two sisters, but sure that Jamie's not the millionaire.
And Sam is not even a great cop.
My God. Offense, she needs to be fired. Drop her badge.
Oh my God, please. No.
At her office and just leave.
There are 3 scenes where I saw that you're not a good cop. When they asked them to shoot something that was flying, a cop would miss that.
I think she missed it intentionally, so they don't figure her out. She was already, that profession thing already came out then.
Oh my God. I don't even know if she did that on purpose, but nah.
Let's give her benefit of the doubt.
And then she was too trusting. A cop is never too trusting. Tell me how you trust Kara and you didn't take her out the time where you had the chance to take the millionaire out. You didn't take her out. I'm just, nah, you're not a good cop. I knew she would not win anyway, so it's pretty much it.
So if you are given the opportunity to go on $1 million, will you go?
Of course I would go now.
Which kind of question be that one, Seth?
Some people might say they know.
Who be that person now?
And even if I don't win, I get to enjoy in a mansion.
It's the food, yeah. That's one part that you guys are not even talking. I'm agenda. But all those food, where they chop?
The food. They had access.
Where they chop? You go foul, man. No, genuinely, I also like how they did not draw attention. They didn't make the food take attention from the show. Because serving such meals, if it were a Nigerian show, Baba, they will use camera and drag it under the plate, make it spin. And I love that they didn't take attention from the actual show itself. But kudos to them, I like that they put on a good show. But seeing how the last 2 episodes went, how do you think is season 2, of course, if it's renewed for another season, how best do you think a season 2 should go?
I don't really think they should do a season 2.
Girl.
I don't think so.
The show is a hit, to obviously do a season 2.
It is a hit, but what other strategy do they want to use for us?
More. There's always more.
There's always more. It's not going to be the same thing. There's always more.
Let's see. Different set of people. They should add a Nigerian, basically. That would make so much sense. I want to see a Nigerian on the show. I don't know. Let's show our talents by being smart.
I want to even say something else. Add a Nigerian from Nigeria. Google.
Yes, from Nigeria. Thank you.
My name is Tebola. It's not that one we want.
We want
a proper for Toby from Nigeria.
We are reviewing the show.
Man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, genuinely, something like white money, but not white money.
Looking for money.
That
will do everything for money.
I'll shock you.
That's not scared to lie.
Baby, don't be sure.
But it's not lying now. It's not lying. I'm just trying to get it back.
But you are competing.
I'm just trying to get it back.
By lying.
I'm just trying to get it back.
It's lying, but you are competing. Somebody that's not going to feel like Lauren that will say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know." Please, let's just look for somebody that is a Nigerian and Igbo man that will get that
from
back.
Nigeria. Not my name is IK Shahari.
No, from Nigeria.
From here, kind of thing.
Okay. so much for $1 million secret, but then it was an amazing show, and
an amazing watch.
The season 2. So shout out to everybody that actually made this happen.
Shout out to the producers and the directors and everyone who held cameras on that show, because from some shots you know that people that know what they are doing, that sat down to create such a show. From the drone shots to the wide close-ups, the panning of the food,
editing,
the
everything.
rooms, even the guys who were in charge of set design. Some artwork on that set caught my attention. I'm like, this is very, very intricate.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing. So big ups to Netflix for putting such a show on air and challenging our IQ that such a thing can be a thing for TV. I mean, I'm not shading any Nigerian producer or whatever, but it's going to take Jesus Christ and the Lord of Ages for such a show to be in Nigeria.
I would love to see it, Sha.
I would love to not see it, Sha.
Hey, would they use?
I don't know. They use the Taylor's house.
Maybe.
All right, guys, moving on to the next show on this episode, Love Never Lies Essay. So I'll just give a rundown here. So it's a show that tests couples.
Your relationship.
A relationship, married or not. Okay, they were all dating, so not married. So tests couples who are very close to getting married, who are in a very serious relationship. They come on the show. A partner suspects that, either not stable, you're not trustworthy, you cheated before now. You just want to come on the show and see if the person you want to spend the rest of your life with is the right person. I think that's just like the summary of it. Then, of course, tasks
The major thing, the lie detector.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah, there's a lie detector.
Yes.
It's almost like, when you go to like a police station, or not Nigerian police, I'm talking about out of the country, girl. Then you go like a lie detector test where, you'll want all of those polygraph thing, and then it checks if you're lying by just your heartbeat and your blood pressure. But this is your eyeball itself. It just centers on it, and of course with the twitching of your pupil and the rest of it, it tells if you're saying the truth or if you're telling a lie.
Can we buy that thing? Like, can we have it like taking it everywhere? So in case I just ask you, are you ready for me? And then, yeah, it's yes.
Oh, so you call one of all these your guys what are all these guys that work for you at home? What are these guys?
Helps?
No, not helps. Artisans, yeah. Those ones I would really love to have it maybe via phone or something, and AI just tells me this person is lying.
I'm sure we're definitely going to get there.
But dialing back, right, interesting cast, I would love to say. We've had a series of shows where it's an interesting idea, but the persons who are brought on the show to come, dramatize or perform what the idea was or had been, you realize that is very terrible and very watery. Big Brother Nigeria, for example. But yeah. Yeah, if you are not aware, I don't spare anybody on the show. Like, if you come anyhow,
who has to be dragged.
But please don't drag me. Whatever you drag me, I don't give a shit. All right, dialing back, right? Housemates come. Of course, it's South Africa for the record, and we know that before we get on the actual thing, when South Africans are doing stuff, they don't do stuff like Nigerians. They love with their whole heart, and when you cheat on them, they cry with their whole heart. So they are very wholehearted, generally.
So Nigerians are not wholehearted.
Girl, with the state of this economy and Tinubu's drama, I will laugh at anybody that comes to say, I'm crying.
Love, please.
No, I don't mean obviously we love, but we're also, it's we love too much with our whole heart and stuff. Like when I hear somebody say, somebody broke up with me and you're crying, I'm like, girl.
Yeah, you never loved person before now.
Face is dragging me on this show.
I'm asking that you never.
No,
I don't know because
where was the question?
No.
That was a statement.
That was a statement.
No, I'm just asking.
Your mind, no, it was because
No, I'm just saying because I never experienced that before as to how you see them crying, not even crying like an adult, crying like a baby that they've taken their sweet or they collected sweet from your mouth. So I'm like, why?
The heart what the heart wants.
So cute.
Abi, it's the wig and the iPhone that they miss.
Love never lies. So couples come on the show and, they are tested. So here's the thing, there are two houses. Umjolo and Ngole, whatever the South African
It's going to be on your screen.
It's going to be on your screen. But I'm from Nigeria and it's in Bati that we do here. So there are two houses, one mansion and one not so mansion. So you come with your partners and the partners are split in two. So let's say partner A, all the partner A's are here, all the partner B's are in this house. So all the partner A's are then introduced with new partners, like
they'll bring
extras,
singles to come and test.
Set of singles to come and test your partner.
Do you understand? So, it's just like the is it the bachelorette party? I mean, bachelor party or
bachelorette.
All of that stuff that they do there, and then you just bring up if you're going to fall for it, because I think that's the idea.
That's the idea.
Party, so that's the idea.
No. A couple of them didn't. It was
No. So the idea of this particular show is to, like he said, test the relationship, and there are certain questions that you deeply want to know the answers to. Questions like, do you really love me? Questions like, have you ever cheated on me? There are certain questions that you if the person lies to your face, you don't know. But then because the lie detector is there, it's going to tell us if it's the truth or if it's a lie.
Plenty relationships we break.
It shakes. It broke. Shaked.
Hey, girl, you said broke. Sorry, please, let's cut when she said broke. All right, Love Never Lies essay, hosted by the pretty, beautiful, delectable, everything, Mini Dlamini. A very cute, beautiful, I don't know if she's still young. You know that Mini has been hosting AMVCA with IK.
Yes.
Yeah, for a very long time. Well, I have a lot to say about her looks for the show. I felt like it was distracting and sometimes overly at the top. Felt like she was doing red carpet while she was hosting, but now the show I talk about, not the host. So I'm turning back. A couple of housemates, Sia and Pretty. So we were starting with Sia and Pretty, right? So this is one couple that I feel like in a very long time I've not heard a couple where how it is when the woman is more established, and the guy is sort of struggling, quote unquote. So this was the arc of.
They feed you.
May your babe they feed you.
Your babe as in the woman.
May the woman they feed you. So it's obviously what caused their own friction. Sia, the guy, felt very emasculated. That's the word that he kept on using on the show. He felt like his babe Pretty, who's like a year younger than he is, so he's 28 while she's 27, made him feel less of a man. And as the show went on, we realized that he wasn't telling a lie. Obviously, we mentioned earlier that while they were separated, each pair of couples were tested with singles, and obviously some fell and some didn't. So we're moving on to Naledi and Nkiwe. So Naledi identifies as them. The identifying thing, I have a lot to say about it, but maybe just make community people no drag me, please. I'm just a young boy. I'm only 20 years old. I'm sorry. And Nkiwe 31, of course. Nkiwe was tested with a guy, and this I like about them. They just tried to figure out if it was going to be an open relationship or a closed relationship. That was their problem. They kept having issues.
Monogamous or
polyamorous. And I kept on hearing that word, and I had to look it up. Of course, I heard before, but I had to go look up what the word meant. So Naledi doesn't want Nkiwe to see other guys or girls, while she wants to see others. So almost like selfish, and I want to eat my cake and have it, but I want you to only eat your cake.
Because she mentioned that she was actually very possessive.
Very possessive and very jealous. So she didn't want her partner to see other people, but she wanted to see other people talking about
and it's lie detector that actually detected that one.
Yeah, she didn't say that. Yeah, a very interesting couple. The most interesting, in my opinion, Boshali and Nancy. So Boshali was the guy that failed the test the most. So he had sex on national TV with the single lady that was brought to test how faithful he was to his partner. And that caused an uproar in the house. Other persons, flirted and, did want to, but Boshali did the thing. And lied about it, of course.
And one thing about their relationship is I feel like the both of them are the most matured. I when they came in, I
came off as that.
They're the most matured couple, and they have like the most. I'll say like they have like serious issues because you're like, this is my partner. I'm not going to be intimate with my partner when I'm stressed. You're not in my mind. You have to be in my mind. You're not like, this show actually makes you realize that there is more to I love you than just saying I love you. There's more to, I love this person. Oh, I love this person. I love this person. It makes you realize that there are other things that, there are other factors that determines how the relationship would play out, how it would go. Because how can you meet somebody in less than a week? Because they had 3 days. That's had like 3
That's
days.
sex on the first day, apparently.
First day.
So the reason this couple came into the house is because the wife said that the husband...
Wait, they're even married. They're not dating.
No, they're dating. They're still dating. Not married.
But they've been together.
They've been together for
years,
for 5 years, I think. So she said that he has refused to have sex with her, and his excuse was he's always tired. His head is not there, stressed. A day with another lady, you've had sex, and meanwhile you complained all your life about 5 years of dating your girl that you would not have sex because you're stressed, and that's all of a sudden you say frenzy. But what do you think about that?
First off, he doesn't respect her and he doesn't love her, because there are different definitions of love, but that is not the definition of love. You do not just do what you did. Come into a house where the whole world is watching you and disrespect your woman. That is unforgivable. To me, I mean, you can forgive, but it's very difficult to forget.
Another thing I noticed on that show is how quick they were to forgive him. But guess what? Nancy came back to reunion pregnant. Yes.
No way.
And of course, they filmed their reunion a year after they were done filming.
So it took a year for the man to beg, for her to forgive, and for her to get pregnant. Does she even know that there's a reminder? That show will always be a reminder.
It will always be there.
It will always be there. The internet never forgets.
Before. So now Netflix won't even forget.
The people can't go watch them. Hi.
Let me even bust your brains for that. So him having sex with me as the girl that he had sex with the day after, he told her that they only had sex 3 days after. And the details of how it happened and how many more times it happened wasn't disclosed. So apparently, it wasn't even aired. So when they came for a reunion, Mia came on set and then said...
and then every single will come out and
oh my God. There was head, there was her, there was no protection. The things that yeah. I mean, when some series want to begin, you hear PG-18. This one is about PG-29. I saw scenes.
That means we're not fit to talk about this
relationship survivors.
Some did. Some did. So you have 6 couples, right? So some did. Some actually, broke up, like the winners of the show. The winners of the show, they actually broke up because from the onset when they got in, I knew that these people, they're going to win.
They're like young, 21 and 22.
Yes, they're young.
Monaka going to 21, 22.
So I knew that they were actually going to win because...
You knew they were going to win?
Yes. What are we lying about? Their relationship is just 8 months. Is it 8 months? Yes, 8 months, close to a year.
I actually thought that Clayton and Wilfred would have won.
Nah. Well, they actually when they won what am I telling life for? When I have 500,000 rand to win, and the funny thing about something that we missed out is when you lie, they take out 10,000 rand from your money.
Wait. If we're coming to the show together, shouldn't we have some sort of agreement? We are here for the money.
To not lie.
To not leave out together.
That's one thing about the both of them. Like the winners, they didn't leave out some information. Just like he left out I think one information that actually, that was when the lie happened. They were not together at some point. So by the time they came back together, right, they tell me everything that happened when we're not together. So that information because he didn't say it, so that's the machine detected it as a lie. So that was what happened there. So if you tell a truth, your money, they will add 10,000 rand to your money. Now, at the finale, if you tell the truth, they will add 30,000 rand to your money. So we're going higher. I think the overall money was 720,000
Sure,
rand.
I think they
and
won.
That's a lot.
I think they won because their relationship was just 8 months. Like, what is there to even lie about in
What's
8 months?
that? And then we can share the
Imagine
money.
that it was
Share
just
the
8 months
money.
and they had already broken up twice.
That was their problem. But it's about the what? It's about the moolah. It's about the bag.
Genuinely, well, obviously it's a show and a couple wins and all of that, but in general, here's what I thought, right? Like, I think that's just a testament to how terrible people are at committing to other persons. I mean, how terrible people are with commitment. And not just people like our generation. Like,
But
you
they're
want
not
to...
our generation.
No, 21, 22,
okay,
20...
Most of them actually. But you see, one thing is that relationship these days, people they fear, like, because people are doing things, people have done stuff, a lot of things have happened. You have gone out too much, you have partied too much, you have done things too much that a lot of people are in your lives. You have so many things in your past that it's going to come back to haunt you, just like Gunte, Monaka's partner, that somebody has gone out with, was part of the singles they brought to the show, and you now know her. That one he was now telling Munaka that he's selfish. Don't do this. I've been with him.
Went out
Too
on a date.
many people.
And the timeline was traced. The time that Gonte went out with her, he was actively dating Munaka. Sorry.
So it's like a lot of things.
I agree with you. People have issues with commitment.
Right. Commitment is the problem now. Like, everybody wants to do their thing, but get married and have their way. It's just, yeesh.
But it's not like that. You know, gone are the days when it's just one person that you're with. And I call me, is it traditional or whatever it is? I think that is what I would actually like. Why don't you just date one person and see, if not even dates, you can have like your situationship, whatever thing, or courting, if you want to call it that. No, is this person for me? If you truly want to get married, though. But if you don't want to get married,
wait,
just
did you
leave it.
Say people should have their own situationships?
Not situationships, like you know that oh, this person is coming. It's not like this person is here and you're just dating the person. You not say you're dating the person. No, why don't you have it that have you studied this person? Is this person for me? Before we move on to the next level. I don't buy the idea of this person comes now, you started dating because of what you want to gain. Because of the things that is in it for you. Physical things, material things, definitely not emotional things. But when it comes to somebody, you know that this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, you will know how you're going to like, you know, check around for any faults before you move it to the next level. Why do you have to have one wife and have 10x or 20 or 15? I have so many body counts. What's the point? So let's state it as it is. Is this what you're doing? Is this what you want to do?
It's not available.
Oh my God.
That's it with on that particular show. There's somebody there that this couple that's been there for 8 years. What have 8 years? On and off, on and off. Yeah, on and 8 years.
Why are you dating somebody for 8 years?
8 years.
8 years of my life.
Why? Do you want to get married or you don't want to get married? So you know all of this happening. But yeah, away from this. If you ask me, would I be willing to go on this show? The answer is no and yes. No, because I don't want to put my relationship outside. Yes, because if you know, I have a partner and then I don't trust. There are some certain things that your moves don't they sneak your man. No one just go marry and the next thing we don't divorce. I don't think I would want that, right? So that's why I said no and yes. How about you?
Of course, yes. Easy way to get money. Easy way to get money.
Which kind of guest you bring our show today?
Easy way to get money.
You guys don't even look on the bright side. Okay, obviously, like maybe you don't win, you still have popularity, you have fame. You like I'm looking at it from the get money after the show
I wouldn't
standpoint.
even think about it twice.
Like, I would even go. Like, I can, if I'm not even like in a relationship, should the casting of the show happen, and you get somebody out for I've been dating for 2 years. Who's struck for like a month, who like sit down and structure the show. Our relationship is like, if y'all want to cast both of us a game, we've been dating for 2 years now.
Thank you.
2 years. Go. Yeah, we broke up just twice and we're back.
And then go
it, 50, everybody come out. You now hear the winners are no longer together, but the money is in our account.
The money is shared. Thank you.
With this viewpoint of theirs, I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that these people are just all about the money.
Thank you.
Me, I'm not able. Me, I'm not. Do you like
money? Please, you should be after the money.
Please be after the money. Life is not fair to broke people. How many times have I told you this?
Thank you.
If you go and go broke, you don't know wow, you got me. So you can have okay, They there now. They there no go. No carry your partner and go because it's really when an era where checks and balances like this, but whether via show or via counseling, via whatever, are needed. We need to understand who we're with. And sometimes you would just be living in a life for years and you would not know don't know jack that you know your partner is doing other stuff out of the relationship and you will not even know what your partner's true intent is. Like the couple, the girls, they and she or whoever.
Them and she.
One wanted more. One wanted to be with more persons. The other one was okay being alone, but you want to be with more persons, but you don't want your partner to see any other person. So you would really not know what the true intent of your partner is if you really don't do checks and balances like this.
Yeah. So the show is actually a good thing and it's helping couples.
Thank you. Another thing is, would this show survive here in Nigeria?
It's gonna break a lot of tables.
So like I mentioned earlier, South Africans are very forgiving. Nigerians aren't. Like, we'll carry to the grave. I'll hold my grudge till you die. You go and you cheat on me outside, I am sorry. It's the end. But that's on the angle of the couples. Now, for like I never run away from talking about the structuring of the show. Like, can Nigeria like structure a show like this and put it out? I know that we have other franchises that have sold Real Housewives, Big Brother, and the rest of it, but I think there are some shows that are just too complex. For the record, like if any production company is looking at getting this show and probably recreating it in Nigeria, I think we should just cut it there and let's do other stuff because this is not a show that I feel like Nigerians are wired to cheat. No offense, but it's almost like a hormonal DNA sort of thing. You hardly out of 10, like 2 that do not. Cheat really, like if in the entirety of what cheating is, cheating is just not when you go out and fornicate and stuff. It's not just physical. Like there's mental, there's emotional cheating and the rest of that. So if you look at it holistically, maybe you cannot. That's my take. What you gonna say?
I'm gonna say it's a wrap because it's a wrap. Thank you so much for listening. Please let me know. Let us know if you're gonna, allow your partner go into the show or yourself. If it's not gonna be for the money, what's it gonna be for? We love you so much. Thank you so much, Amaomi, for coming.
Thank you so much. Really, I love your energy.
Yes,
I wish I was chill like
great. you. It was top notch. Thank you. And then Jonathan.
Don't thank me, please. But don't. Bye.
It's a wrap. Love you.